Lesson 2 in Access is going to take us from tables to forms. So I'm going to click onto there. Now, sometimes when you're using Access, it's reasonable to create a form using Design View. But this is quite difficult. It's actually easier to use a wizard, so I'll do that. If I double click onto there, alright, let's see how we're going. Right, now it's opened up my student table that I made in lesson 1. Now I'm going to move these things over to here. I can move them one by one, or I can move them all at once. If I move them one by one, then I can miss out ones that I don't particularly want on my form. However, I want everything on this one, so I've done that. Notice that it tells you which table you use to make your form. You cannot make a form without having made a table first. Alright, on to next. How would you like the layout of your form to be? I'd like it to be columnar. Horrible Microsoft Word, but I'll carry on and go on with next. It gives you all sorts of variations in colours of forms, but I'll just stick with the standard and go on to next here. I'm going to call my form student form and go to finish. And what we see there is there's my form that has been created. However, it's not exactly as I wanted, and so I'm going to go into the design view, set square ruler and pencil, click onto there, and I'm into the design view now. Alright, first step, I'm going to drag this footer down. I don't want to go too far since I want to stay within the small boundary that I'm using here. The next thing, I'd like to drag that along there so that I've got full extent for my form there. Alright, now I'm going to drag these down, just move them down like so, and then see if I can make this one a little bigger and this one a little bigger. Okay, so if I click onto there and just go to here and make that 14. Similarly, I'll make that there and change that to 14 as well. Okay. Now one more thing I'd like to use in this design of a form here. I'd like to put a button in there. Click onto the button here and draw it into a cell there. Up comes the button wizard, and I want record navigation, go to previous record. Here it is. On to next. Now, I'll use that button. Next. This is telling you the order in which these things appear. We don't really need to use it at this stage. Let's do that, and there's my button. Okay, having done one, I'll quickly do a second one. I want go to next record, next, using the same button, only pointing the other way. Ignore this and finish. Now move that up to there. Right, now I've got two buttons. The third and final one I'll use a stop button to go in between them. If I do that, go to Form Operations, Close Form, choose the stop sign, again ignore that and go to there. Now what I've done, let's save that and go to here. So now I've got a form that I can use in order to put further names in. Alright. Are you a member of the student union? Yes. That's it. I put another one in, and now we can look at the people on there. Alright. I can't go further back than number 1, okay, but I can go to number 2, number 3, and so on. That is how to make a form, having made a table in Access.